10 celebrities without smartphones. 1. Ed Sheeran. Sheeran had a smartphone until 2015. He got rid of it for good shortly after a big tour. He was too stressed out by the number of messages. Now he only uses email.
Every few days, I'll sit down and open up my laptop and I'll answer 10 emails at a time. And I'll send them off and I'll close my laptop and that'll be it. And then I'll go back to living life and I don't feel overwhelmed by it.
2. Elton John. Elton John has an iPad for Skyping with his sons, but he calls himself a Luddite when it comes to phones.
You can afford a phone, right?
A reporter asked in 2016.
I just don't want one.
John replied. 3. Christopher Walken. Walken has never even owned a computer.
It's a little bit like a watch.
He explains.
If you need one, somebody else has got it.
Walken blames his aversion to technology on his age.
I just got to it too late. I never got involved in it because it would be strange to have any 10-year-old be much better at it than I am.
4. Christopher Nolan. Nolan's refusal to use a smartphone is a matter of discipline.
I have a little flip phone that I take with me from time to time. I'm easily distractible, so I don't really want to have access to the internet every time when I'm bored.
Nolan also says he has no interest in email. He only communicates on the phone. 5. Justin Bieber. Bieber definitely had a smartphone in 2020, but about a year later, he decided to get rid of it. He never regretted his decision.
I definitely learned how to have boundaries, and I just don't feel like I owe anybody anything. That has helped me to be able to just say no, and just be firm in it, and know that my heart wants to help people, but I can't do everything.
6. Michael Cera. Cera thinks owning a smartphone would ruin his life.
That is a conscious choice.
He explained.
Because I feel a bit of fear about it, honestly. Like I'd really lose control of my waking life.
His decision goes back to the BlackBerry era.
Right when people started having smartphones, I had lunch with a friend of mine. He'd just gotten a BlackBerry, and for the whole meal, he was typing emails. And I was sat there lonely and bored, so I had an early aversion to them.
7. Dolly Parton. Parton's goddaughter, Miley Cyrus, explained.
We do use the phone, but she does a fax, and then someone scans the fax, and they put it into a text message, and then that gets sent to me, and it's always signed.
8. Kate Beckinsale. Beckinsale is content with using an LG flip phone.
I'm not much interested in an iPhone.
She says.
I don't like my iPod. I like a nice record player and a book. I'm very much about that.
9. Warren Buffett, the billionaire, used a $20 Samsung flip phone for years, but his company is one of Apple's largest investors. So Buffett got an iPhone in 2020, but he doesn't use all its facilities like most people. Back then, he told an interviewer,
You're looking at an 89-year-old guy who's barely beginning to get with it.
10. Sarah Jessica Parker. Parker doesn't have a cell phone, period.
I don't like being behind in both phone calls and emails.
She says.
So I chose emails because when you're on a set, you can carefully and sneakily check a BlackBerry. But you can't return a phone call. Hearing your voicemail is full is horrifying to me.